Today, I am finally gonna fix the broken taillight. So here's the broken taillight from someone backing into me. I've never replaced one of these, but I don't expect it to be too difficult. This is the replacement taillight that I picked up off of eBay. There are just 3 threaded studs that hold the taillight in place, and one insert or dowel that isn't threaded. So let's see what it looks like from inside the trunk. To get to the fasteners that hold the light in, all you have to do is remove this little access panel that is in the trunk. Okay, this doesn't look that bad. There is a nut down low, another nut up top, and one that lives just behind this liner on this side. So like before, when I replaced the bulb, just squeeze these tabs and this board comes out. So I have that circuit board dangling out of the way. Now I can get at those nuts. I remove these nuts with an 8mm socket and an extension. Yeah. All right, got that one. The third and final nut is right there. So there, all 3 nuts are off. We should be able to take the light out now. Okay, so let's see. I imagine removing a light that has never been removed is kind of difficult, but the damage that this car sustained made it a little difficult to get the headlight out since everything was smushed together. Now that is quite dirty. Alright, so I'll pry that out. Let's see if this will do the trick. Quite a lot of debris got in there over the years, but I'll reuse this gasket on the new one and it should bolt right up. I also noticed some rubber washers that I will also take and put on the new one. Don't know how much they matter, but they seem to help. Because if you look there, it's completely clean. And I'll take the one off the bottom as well. Maybe not. Here I'm just placing the gaskets that I'm going to reuse onto the new one. While it's exposed, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to clean it up a little bit. Why not, right? All right, that looks a lot better. Let's go ahead and put the new one on. Looks like a pretty good fit. Go ahead and tighten the nuts down. If everything goes well, all you have to do is put the nuts back on, pop the circuit back in, and you're done. Changing the taillight housing on a MK4 Golf is that easy. But unfortunately, I wasn't so lucky. So I tried to reseat the circuit into the new taillight housing, and something's not right. It's not snapping in, so I have to take it out and see what's going on. After a closer inspection, there are quite a few differences that I'm noticing between the new ones and the old ones. This opening here is a U shape. Well, that one is a full circle. The taillight circuit fits fine on this side, but doesn't fit on this side. After playing a little bit, the bulb doesn't fit into that side. Everything else seems to at least fit. You know what? Let me try this top one as well. Yeah, that one fits. So I'm gonna have to make this hole a little bigger. And I also noticed, if you look at the circuit, there's a latch here and a latch here. And these are the tabs you squeeze in order to be able to remove it. The original one has catches for those tabs on both sides. This has it on one side, but not the other. I think this is still good enough for me to put in and use, at least temporarily, but have to modify this. So locally, I'll probably be on the lookout for someone parting out a Mark IV Golf and probably pick up a decent looking OEM set, because these are OEM. I didn't go fancy with it, but I did go cheap. And if you can go OEM, you're not trying to do any fancy LED taillights or a funky look, stick with an OEM one and test the circuit before you put it in, because I was ready to go in the house. So now I'm going to cut this open a little bit and see if it seats a little better. If I was at a different location, i.e. work, I'd have a Dremel tool, but I don't have one at the house yet. So I'm just going to trim it like this. It just looked like when it came out of the mold, they didn't do a good job of cleaning it, because this stuff that I'm taking off isn't that thick. All right. So let's see if it'll seat now. All right, now what's stopping it? Additional tabs. Tabs here and here are not on the original housing. So you get snipped. All right. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth the $10, $15 I saved. All right, now let's see what's stopping it. To spare you the details, I had to play the same game over and over again to get this circuit to fit into this housing. There were tabs in places where they shouldn't have been. There were holes that were too small. There were various other things that I had to trim to get this circuit to fit into this housing. Overall, I was disappointed in these taillights. So, I'll still be on the hunt. So, these will get me by, but this is not a permanent solution. So, it'll look good from the outside though, and minimal or no water will leak in. So, I'm just gonna go with it for now. Although I'm not happy with the way the taillight circuit fit into the housing, it does look pretty good and it works. So for now, I'm going to leave it in. If you'd like to follow along as I maintain, repair, and upgrade this Golf, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.